Hoan Gin Lai Hokkien Ban. Welcome to the Penang Hokkien Class. Hello, my name is Timothy and I want to welcome you to our new series of Penang Hokkien Class. You see, I have often asked to conduct Hokkien classes. People would ask me, is there any Hokkien classes in Penang? Unfortunately, I do not have time to teach Hokkien physically face to face. And so I'm trying to do the next best thing, which is to teach Hokkien over the web, on the internet, on YouTube. And the benefit of learning through YouTube is that you can learn at your own pace. You can rewind and go through the lessons over and over until you are well versed with all the words in it. And this YouTube channel is not the only place. There is other things and other resources which I have provided for you. The first place is the Learn Penang Hokkien Facebook group. Be a member of the Learn Penang Hokkien Facebook group, and that's where I will be. When you have any questions, you can ask me there, or you can of course also write your comments, your questions in the comments, and I will answer you and help you learn Penang Hokkien. I am well aware that a lot of people want to learn Penang Hokkien, particularly people who move from other places in Malaysia to Penang, especially Chinese people, and they want to fit in. If they are going to the market, to the supermarket, to the restaurant, and they want to be able to speak Penang Hokkien. They want to be part of like us. There are also foreigners and retirees who are curious about the language used in Penang, and so they want to learn Penang Hokkien. I have always also received requests from doctors and nurses who are stationed in Penang and they don't speak Penang Hokkien, and often they have to communicate with the elderly who only speak Penang Hokkien. So there is a chicken and duck situation for them. So I'm teaching you Penang Hokkien for whatever purposes that you may have, and if you have specific purpose, you can also inform me down below in the comment so that I can craft specific chapters that address your need. Yes, your need to learn is important and is the whole purpose of this lesson. And so in today's lesson, which is the first lesson in the Penang Hokkien Class series, we are going to talk about whether you speak Penang Hokkien or not. And sometimes I may use the sentences in a natural way, which may sound a little bit fast to you, and sometimes I will go through every word slowly one by one. But going through the words slowly one by one is not the natural way of speaking as you would probably imagine. So what you need to do is to learn the words one by one, but eventually be able to speak it naturally in the same way that we use it. And I have to say that the best way to learn the language is to have the guts to actually use the language. So when you are in the market, when you are in the supermarket, when you are in the restaurant, when you are in a coffee shop, try out the language. Try it out. People would at most time understand what you are trying to say. Penang Hokkien is a tonal language. The tone changes or tone sandhi of the language is more complex if you compare it with Mandarin or Cantonese. This is quite complex, but you need to get familiarity with the tone changes, and then eventually you will be able to make the tone changes naturally. In this channel, there are already many grammar lessons, and you can go through them at your own pace. This series of lessons is more geared towards conversation. So this is to help you equip yourself with Penang Hokkien, the conversational part of Penang Hokkien, so that you can get by with the language. And so what we are going to do now is we are going to go through different sentences which I'm going to offer you in Penang Hokkien with subtitles in English. And to do that, I'm going to shrink the screen now so that I have some space to put the caption and subtitles. And so the first one, I'm going to look at my text here. Okay, the first one would be Lai O Hokkien Wa. Lai O Hokkien Wa, come to learn Penang Hokkien. So, in the local context, we just say Hokkien Wa means Hokkien language. We don't say Penang Hokkien Wa. We can if we do, but natural speaking would be just to say Hokkien Wa. So Hokkien Wa in the Penang context would be Penang Hokkien, even though the same Hokkien Wa would denote Klang Hokkien, Singapore Hokkien, Taiwan Hokkien if it is used in different parts of the world. But in Penang, it will be Penang Hokkien, just as if you use Hokkien Wa in Medan, it would be the Medan Hokkien. So over in Penang is Hokkien Wa. If you go to Klang, it will probably be Hokkien Way. So, but we are not going to go to Hokkien Way. The pronunciation in Penang is Hokkien Wa. So, Lai O Hokkien Wa, Lai O Hokkien Wa. Okay, Lai O Hokkien Wa. Come and learn Penang Hokkien. Wa si Lu Wei Sing Sa. Wa si Lu Wei Sing Sa. I'm your teacher. Wa si Lu Wei Sing Sa. Lu si Wai Hap Sing. Lu si Wai Hap Sing. You are my student. So, Hap Sing is the Penang pronunciation of student. Even though the formal way of saying student is Hak Sing. Hak Sing in student, but in the colloquial pronunciation of Penang Hokkien, we say Hak Sing. Lu si Wai Hap Sing. Lu si Wai Hap Sing. You are my student. Lu e Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Lu e Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Do you speak Penang Hokkien? Lu e Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Do you speak Penang Hokkien? E Hiao is able to. So the opposite of A Hiao is Be Hiao. Lu e Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Hami Sulu Lai Ni? Why do you come? Hami Sulu Lai Ni? Wa Lai O Hokkien Wa. I come to learn Hokkien. Wa Lai O Hokkien Wa. Sometimes if you look at the sentence structure in Hokkien and in English, it's almost the same. Wa Lai O Hokkien Wa. I come to learn Hokkien. Wa Lai O Hokkien Wa. Lu hami su lai ni? Lu hami su lai ni? Why do you come? Wa Lai O Hokkien Wa. Lu e Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Wa be Hiao Kong. I can't speak. Be Hiao. Cannot. Wa be Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa. Wa be Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa. Cho chi e. At all. I can't speak Penang Hokkien at all. Wa be Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa. Cho chi e. Wa e Hiao Kong Tampo. Wa Hiao Kong Tampo. Wa Hiao Kong Tampo. I can speak a little bit. Wa Hiao Kong Tampo. Or Lu Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. E Hiao. Or Lu Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Be Hiao. Lu Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Tampo. Lu Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. E Hiao Tampo Pi. E Hiao Tampo Pi a little bit. E Hiao Kong Tampo Pi. E Hiao Kong Tampo Pi can speak a little bit. So you can see there are variations of ways to answer the same question. And I'm going to expose it to you right now so that you have familiarity of this is how we speak. So that you are familiar with all the variation and all these variations are correct. So when dealing with a language, don't worry too much. Am I speaking it correctly? The more important thing is just to use it. And as you interact with the people, then you will filter away the ones that are wrong and gravitate towards the one that are correct. Nobody is going to laugh at you unless that person has a problem himself if you don't speak correctly. But over time, as you use the language, you will get more and more well versed in using the language. Now, let's continue. Lu e Hiao Kong Hamiwa. What language can you speak? Lu e Hiao Kong Hamiwa. Wa e Hiao Kong Amowa. Lu e Hiao Kong Amowa Bo. Wa e Hiao Kong. Wa e Hiao Kong. Lu e Hiao Kong Amowa Bo. Lu e Hiao Kong Amowa Bo. Tampo. Lu e Hiao Kong Hokkien Wa Bo. Be Hiao. 你學講福建話無？我會曉講淡薄，我會曉講淡薄。啥物話你會曉講？我會曉講紅毛話、華南話、華語。你會曉講福建話無？我袂曉講福建話。你會曉講華語無？我會曉講淡薄淡薄。淡薄淡薄 and 淡薄 P are the same a little bit。你會曉講華南話無？我會曉講華南話。我會曉講華南話。你會曉講德國話無？袂曉啦，袂曉。你會曉講德國話無？我袂曉講德國話。啥物話你會曉講呢？我會曉講紅毛話、華南話、華語。我會曉講三好款的話。我會曉講三好款的話。我會曉講三項的話。如呢，你會曉講幾項款的話？你會曉講幾項款的話？我會曉講紅毛話甲華南話爾。我會曉講紅毛話甲華南話爾。幾項款的話？兩項款的話。And so that concludes our lesson. So what are we trying to accomplish here? It is to achieve familiarity with how sentences are structured in Hokkien and in that conversation below. Just now, you have seen different variations of how to ask questions and how to answer those questions. And from there, you will gain familiarity for this chapter, which is about speaking Hokkien and speaking other languages. And in subsequent chapters, we are going to deal with other situations where Hokkien is used. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you do, please give it a like so that YouTube will share this information with more people. And yes, we want these videos to reach as many people as possible. And on top of that, if you enjoy learning Penang Hokkien, please subscribe to the Learn Penang Hokkien YouTube channel so that I can bring more YouTube videos for you. And until we meet again, Kam Sia Lu Jie Jie.